Welcome to my class. Dear students, our today's topic is present perfect tense. It is one of the most important tenses. As we have discussed present simple tense, we have also discussed present continuous tense, and this is our third video, and in this we will mainly discuss about present perfect tense, which we in Hindi we call it Vartaman Sampurna. Welcome to Language Learning by Immersion. I am Mohinder Goswami. I am once again with you by this beautiful topic that is present perfect tense. Students, today we are going to discuss and know about what is present perfect tense. We will discuss and know about what is the exact method of present perfect tense. We will learn how to make use of has and how to make use of. Along with this, we will discuss what is affirmative, what is negative, and what is interrogative, and what is interrogative negative. We will discuss all this in this present perfect tense. And one thing that is going to be a very important today, that is the exact use of present perfect tense. It is going to be a very important, because we will definitely apply the rules whatever we discuss today in our daily life, so that it can be understood to us in a very clear manner. So let's discuss one by one each and every aspect related to present. Dear students, as far as the method of present perfect tense concerned, it has a method subject plus has have plus V3 plus object. But in some books you will find there is another method written like this. First there is written subject, then there is written has, and there is written have, and then along with this there is written V3. But remember one thing, there is a common only one thing, that is the method is same, but there is a difference in object. But you need not to mention object, because object doesn't affect any subject and any any helping verbs. But if you don't write object, it doesn't make any difference. So you can simply say whenever there is present perfect tense, so you can keep one thing in mind, that what will be the method, subject plus has have plus V3. It is sufficient method of present perfect tense. And here one thing you need to remember, that is whenever we call present perfect tense, so you can easily identify those sentences in Hindi which ends with चुका है, चुके हैं, चुकी हैं. But along with this there are some more sentences like कर लिया है, खा लिया है, पी लिया है, लिख लिया है. So these all sentences come under this category of present perfect tense. So you need not to be very here. You need to remember only few things, and that are very important. And what are the things you need to remember? That is the exact method of present perfect, that is subject has have plus V3. So let's begin with some examples so that it can be understood to you. Now students, let us clear this present perfect tense with the example that is based on affirmative, negative, interrogative plus negative. Firstly, I would like to talk on first example, that is I have written. I have written the same example in a different aspects, in a different way. So first we have I have written, that is affirmative. I have already told you that affirmative sentence has a different name. Some people call it as assertive sentence, some people call it as a positive sentence, some people call it as a declarative sentence, but depends upon that how you are saying, doesn't matter. But you need to remember here that have the method we have applied. First thing that we need to note here, that whenever we talk about present perfect tense, so we need subject, we need have, has, and then we need V3. That is the third form of verb. And when we talk about the subject I, so I here is a subject, have is a helping verb, and written is V3. That means third form of verb. This is affirmative. And when we talk about negative, if we talk about the negative of it, so we need a subject, we have a have, then we have a not, and then we have V. So here this complete sentence is negative because of not. Then if we want to make a sentence interrogative, so how we can make it? We are just in need of have. That means you just bring out the have outside the sentence, then there is a I, then there is a written. That means firstly you just bring the helping verb outside and then rest of the sentence. Have is there, have, and when have come outside, so its first letter becomes capital. So we can write interrogative sentence like this: have I written? It means it's an interrogative. And one thing is more important here: interrogative means questions. So here there is a use of also question mark. So we can say I have written is affirmative, I have not written is negative, and when we talk about have I written, so it is interrogative. And there is another aspect, another way to write the interrogative plus negative, that is have plus then there is a subject and then we make use of not and then there is written, and then again there is a question mark. Question mark is because of that this sentence is interrogative, and that's why we have make a question mark. And why it is negative? Because it has another thing, that is not. So it is like written like this: have I not? So we can say any sentence we can write in 4 different aspects: I have written, I have not written, have I not written. In Hindi I can say मैं लिख चुका हूँ, I have written, मैं नहीं लिख चुका हूँ, I have not written. When I say in a question form, क्या मैं लिख चुका हूँ, have I written? तो क्या मैं नहीं लिख चुका हूँ, तो have I not written. So this is the 4 different aspects of present perfect, that how we can make. So in likewise you can also make the method of it. For example, अगर हमने कहना हो कि I have written, method is simple affirmative method, that is subject plus has have plus V3. And when we talk about to make a sentence negative, we have a method subject plus has have plus not plus V3. And when I have to make a sentence interrogative, so then the method should be have plus subject plus V3. And if I want to know about interrogative plus negative, then how will be the method? Then we have, firstly we can say have, has, and then we have a subject, then we have a not, and then we have V3. Now students, let us discuss some more example based on affirmative, negative, interrogative, interrogative, negative, and one thing is here that is new, that is WH plus interrogative. So first come to the first example, that is affirmative. Here we have subject she, then we have a helping verb has, then we have a third form of verb, that is written, and there is also the use of object, that is a poem. Here you can say we have a subject has, we have a verb the third form, then we have a object, that is poem. So this is affirmative. When we talk about its negative, it has mainly not. That sentence is same. So I can say she has written a poem, she has not written a poem. Then I want to make it interrogative. So how can we make it interrogative? We can just bring out has outside the rest of the sentence. So we can like this: has she written a poem? And in the similar manner, when we talk about the interrogative plus negative, so here we have 2 things in interrogative negative. Firstly, there is the helping verb has, which is outside the sentence, and then there is a use of not. And then there is a use of not. So both these things make a sentence interrogative plus negative. And when we talk about WH, so WH, as we have already discussed, that WH is such a such a grammatical part in your English language, that means it's a WH form. WH form has another name, question words. So we can make any sentence as a question if we write that sentence firstly as an interrogative, and then we make the use of WH form. Let us see this example. In this example, if you see WH, that is when. When is a question word, and it has a WH in the initial, in starting point there is a, if you see this word minutely, so we have a WH, that means WH form, but it is also known as question word. And if you see the rest of the sentence from this, that means complete sentence, we see, so it has it has a complete use of present perfect. Has is a helping verb, she is a subject, written is V3, and a poem is a object. So you need to remember here, whenever you ask somebody a question, so you first make a sentence interrogative and then put the question word as per your need. For example, मैं लिख चुका हूं तो I can say I have written. Then if I want to make a negative, so I can like this, I have not written. Then I want to make a interrogative, so I can write have I written. And if I want to say कि मैंने कब लिखा है, मैंने कब लिख लिया है, जब मैं कब लिख चुका हूं, तो I can say when have I written. This is the main thing. Now in the second example, if you see the second example, in second example there is also a subject, that is they. Have is a helping verb, driven is the V3 of drive, and then are is an object. In a similar manner, if we want to make a negative of it, so they have not driven the car. When we talk about interrogative, have they driven the car? In interrogative negative, have they not driven the car? And then WH plus interrogative, I have written WH plus interrogative. That means whenever you want to make a question, so you first keep this thing in mind, that firstly you have to put the question word, and then you need to make a complete rest of the sentence as interrogative. Only then your question will be framed, otherwise it will be considered incorrect. You need this thing to keep in mind before writing any questions. That is going to be a very beneficial to you if you understand this basic point. Students, now come to here. This is what I am going to tell you, that we have the use of has, that where we make the use of has. As you know, has is little bit singular in itself. We make the use of has with he, we make the use of has with she, we make the use of has with it, we make the use of has with name, we make the use of has with singular nouns. What I am saying, that has is in the center and all the other things involved. That means whenever we want to make anything, whenever we want to write something that is related to has, so you can understand one thing, that we make the use of has with a third person singular, that is he, third person singular she, then we have a it, we have a name and singular noun. So I have already cleared this concept, that what is singular noun. Whenever anything which is single but as a noun, so you can say it is a singular noun. For example, a dog, a cat, a plant, a bat, whatever the things. So you need here to keep one thing in mind, that whenever there is singular noun, so you make the use of has. So we can use has only with these things. What are they? They are he. When we talk about a she, so here we also make the use of has. With it we can also make the use of has. When we talk about a name, so here we also make the use of has, and with the singular noun we also make. Now students, we will talk about the use of have, that where we make the use of have and what are the basic words with them we can make the use of have. So firstly, when we talk about the use of have, so we make the use of have with we. That is we. Whenever we like sentence like this, we have written, we have played, we have sung, we have we have driven. So we can make the use of have with we. We can also make the use of have with they. That is also very important, that they have played, they have written, they have sung, they have driven. So we can also make the use of have with I, like I have written, I have played, I have driven. So I have written, I have done, I have anything which we will do at that time. So remember one thing, that have with have is always exception in all kind of sentences, whether they are present simple, present continue, present perfect, or past simple. Whatever the sentence have, always have an exception. So when we talk about a plural nouns, so we have already discussed what are plural nouns. As we have a singular noun, in the similar manner we have a plural nouns. For example, dog, dogs, cat, cats, plant, plants. So when we talk about a plants, dogs, cats, they are plural nouns. With the plural nouns we will make the use of have. Then in the end we can say, we can use have with also you. That means you have written, you have driven the car, you have played the game. So you can write like sentence. You can make 1,000 of sentence by using such kind of structures. If you understand that where to make the use of have and where to make use of has, that is then at that time if you differentiate these things, so you can very easily write. Now student, that is the final part. That means the end part of our learning objective, that is the use of present perfect tense. Present perfect tense uses, when we talk about the word uses, it means it has some application to what, where, and when to make the use of present perfect. That is very, very crucial. Let us discuss with the first rule. We use present simple, present perfect tense to talk about the things, that are connected to the present. What I am saying, we use present perfect tense to talk about the things that are connected, to the present. It means it may have started in the past, but still connected with the present. So you need to remember here that when we talk about such kind of things, that where we have a past, but we have also that thing connected with the present, so we make the use of present perfect tense. For example, I have lost my ticket. What I am saying, I have lost my ticket. So here the word I is a subject, have is a helping verb, lost is a V3. That means it's the present perfect tense, and my ticket is an object. So here I have written I have lost my ticket, and it is not with me now. It means presently you are saying that that ticket that you have bought is not with you. This is the thing that how the past is connected with the present. In the second example, when we talk about Rohit has gone to Kashmir, so here where Rohit is a subject, has is a helping verb, gone is a V3, and Kashmir is something like object. But you can say Rohit has gone is a present perfect tense, and he is in Kashmir now. It is saying that presently he is in Kashmir. So that means his past is connected with the present. That means he has gone to Kashmir some time ago, but now he is in Kashmir, so his past is simply connected with the present. When we talk about have you written the letter, so here what you are asking a question, and it is again in interrogative sentence, have you written a letter, is it with you now? So he's saying that whether it is with you, so it means some time ago he was writing something like letter, and he's asking to him that have you written a letter, and is it with you now? So this is the all these three examples are based on present perfect tense, saying that present perfect tense started in the past, but still it is a part of our experience. Now students, let's talk about the rule second. When we talk about the rule second, we use present perfect tense to give new information. What I'm saying, new information are to announce a recent happening. What I'm saying, recent happening. So here in this rule you need to remember one thing, that whenever we talk about present perfect tense, so in case of new information, that means whenever we want to announce something to anybody, or we want to give information to someone, as our result has been declared, or has declared, so you can say at that time it is a present perfect tense. Let us take some example. I have cut my finger. What I am saying, I have cut my finger. Here the word I, here the word I is a subject, have is a helping verb, and cut is V3. So we have a static, V3 form is a similar, is the same form, that is cut, V1 is cut, V2 is cut, V3 is cut. So it means third form is also similar as the V1. So you can write it like this: I have cut my finger. Can you give me a band-aid? It means simply you did something, that you have cut your finger, and now you are asking someone to give you a band-aid. That means again there is a past but connected with the present. But you are one thing that is more important here, that you are announcing, you are giving information to someone that what you did. In the second example, when we talk about have you just got up, it means क्या आप अभी उठे हो, तो your voice sounds funny, it seems sound funny. And here the word have is a have is a helping verb, and you is a subject. And when we talk about a got, it is V3. So here you have just got is a present perfect, and here he's saying something about this him. So now if we talk about this particular another sentence, that is third one, I have just written. So here the word I is a is a subject, and when we talk about a have, so it is a helping verb. When we talk about written, so it is V3. So novel is a is a object. So here the word I have just written a novel. It is present perfect and it is totally connected with present, and here it is giving new information. That's why here we can say it is also a present perfect. So now we have discussed two important rules. First, when we're saying that when something is connected with the past, but still it is the experience. It is a part of our experience in the present. And when we give some new information, in both the cases, we will make the use of present. Now, students, let us discuss the rule third. So, as far as this third rule is concerned, so it is a little bit, different rules from others. There are certain, what I'm saying, there are certain expressions. There are certain expressions in English with which we make the use of present perfect tense. That means there are some certain expression in English language. Always we can make the use of present perfect with such expression. For example, if we talk about this is the first time. This is the first time I have. Here the word I is a subject, have is a helping verb, and seen is a V3, and Kashmir is object. So now you can say I have seen Kashmir. This is the first time I have seen Kashmir. That means whenever you say like this is the first time, this is the second time, this is the third time, this is the fourth time. So these are the expressions, and with these expressions we always make the use of present perfect. Like this in the second example, it is the first time. This is expression. Here the word I have said is the past perfect. So this is the first time I have sat on a horse. So here I is a subject, have is a helping verb, and sat is a V3. So again with the use of expression we have make the use of present perfect. And if you talk about the third example, so in case of third example, if you see this is the third time expression, and you have reported is past, present perfect tense. Here also there is a use of present perfect. That means whenever we speak something with the expression, we make use of present perfect tense, whether it is a first time, second time, third time, fourth time. It depends on you. But remember one thing: when you speak like this, when you write like this, you make the use of. Now students, let us discuss about the rule 4. We use present perfect tense with the word yet. That means when we talk about the word yet, we make the use of present perfect. Yet tells us that speaker is expecting something. Yet is such kind of word. Sometimes it may be a conjunction, sometimes it acts as a preposition. It depends upon the sense of the sentence, that how it is behaving. But remember one thing: when it is there in the sentence, it definitely affects the grammatical part in the sentence, in fact the meaning of the sentence. So, in case of present perfect tense, we use present perfect tense with the word yet, and yet tells us what a speaker is expecting something to happen. We use yet in a questions and negative sentences. That means when we make the use of yet, it may be especially used during the question form and negative sentence. For example, if we say she hasn't, that means has not come. Come is a V3. So she has not come, she hasn't come is a present perfect tense, and here we have the word yet. So in the exam you may ask she dash come home yet. So you can make a negative of it firstly, because we have written here that when we talk about the yet, so it is mostly used during the question and negative form. So she hasn't come home yet. In second example, if we say they haven't painted the door yet, here the word they is a subject. Have, when we talk about a have, to have is a helping verb, painted is V3, and yet is again there. So if we talk about the third example, that have you finished your homework. So if we talk about have you finished your homework, so it is present perfect tense, and there is again the yet. That means whenever yet the word is there, so in case of any tenses, so you can make the use of present perfect instead of any other sentence. So you need not to be worried. You just keep the things in mind, practice again and again, because grammar is such kind of thing that you need a more and more practice. If you say that after reading 2 or 3 rules you become a perfect in grammar, so that's not true. That means you need to practice more and more in order to get the whole concept inside your mind. So I request you, just go through all the rules, just go through and just remember all these things. Whenever you study anything, just underline the words where do we make the use of has and have, and how to make a present perfect tense in a practical life. So it depends on you that how you are using it. Now students, let us have a rule 5. In case of rule 5, we use present perfect tense to express things that you have done in your life. What I am saying, to express things that you have done in your life. That means something you have already done in your life, but whenever you want to express that thing, you can make the use of present perfect. How I am saying this thing? Let's discuss an example to clear this concept. Come to the example. If we see first example, I have studied. This is present perfect tense. I have studied French. It means you did this thing in your life. You have already studied. That means some time back, some time ago, some days ago, you are studying this and you know what is French now. You are saying something that I have studied French. But I have not studied Urdu. I have not studied English. I have not studied French, Punjabi. Like this, you can make 1,000 of sentence. In the second example, I have never studied Urdu. It means here you didn't do anything in your life. You have not studied about Urdu. I have never studied Urdu. So here I have never studied, have is a subject. I is a subject, have is a helping verb, never is a negation or sign, and then studied is a V3. In case of third example, when we talk about she has written many poems. Here word she is a subject, has is helping verb, written is V3, and many poems are object. Here you can simply understand by this sentence that she did many things in life by creating a many poems. You can simply say that when you did something in your life, so instead of saying it in a past tense, instead of saying it in other type of tense, you can simply use present perfect. I have studied French. I have never studied Urdu. She has written many poems. You have written many poems. You have studied French. She has studied French. She has studied Urdu. So you can make 1,000 of sentences like this. If you remember one structure inside your mind, so you can make a lakhs of structures depending on you, that how you apply such kind of things in your other way, other life aspect. Now students, we have the last rule, but not the least rule. It is also important. We use present perfect tense to express a number of times. What I'm saying, number of time you have done something. It means number of time you are performing something, and at that time you can make the use of present perfect instead of any other sentence. For example, how many times have you tried to call her? It means number of times. How many times you have tried to call her. In the second example, if we see, how many times have you written this? As teacher asks you to write this 3 times, 4 times. Now teacher is asking again to you, beta, how many times have you written this? How many times have you tried to learn this? You can make sentences like this. That means when you want to say something a number of times, so you can use present perfect tense instead of other sentence. So you need not to be worried. So as I already told you, just go through the rules. Just whenever you read any newspaper, whenever you read your text from your book, so you just go each and every sentence, underline the sentence by marking that here we have a use of has, here we have a use of have, and just finding out the clue that why it is so that. So if you do such kind of things, I don't think that there's need to bother about the grammatical part. You can easily understand at that time. So let's see, now we have completed all the 6 rules, and now we will discuss some important. Dear students, now let us discuss some of the basic concepts, and let us discuss the use of now, has and have, that whether we have understand it in a perfect way or not. So when we talk about the choose the correct, it means we are going to do something. But there is, I have written as we relationship. It means subject and verb relationship. Now come to the first example. There is a use of she. When we talk about a she, she is third person singular, and we have seen that where we make the use of has and have with. So we know already know now that she is third person singular, and with this we will make the use of has. And there is also written and poem. So you can complete the sentence. She has written a poem. Present perfect. In the second example, when we talk about the they, they is a plural word of third person singular, and here we can make the use of have instead of has. So we can write like this: they have played the game. When we talk about you, so you is again we know about you that with you we make the use of have instead of has. So you can write like this: you have cooked the rice. When we talk about I, to I is always exception. With I we also make the use of have, and the sentence would be like this: I have sung a song. When we talk about a we, to we, with we also make the use of have, to we have driven the car. When we talk about a Ram, to Ram is a singular singular name. With Ram, with Ram we can write Ram has helped me. So that's why there's a use of has. And when we talk about when we talk about the dog is a singular noun. So again we make the use of has, and sentence should be like this: the dog has stolen the piece of bread. So you can, whenever you go through your any kind of material, whatever you are learning, whether it is a question, whether it is a summary, whether it is a story, so you just underline these such kind of words so that you can understand exactly where to make the use of has and have, and where to make the use of present perfect tense. That will definitely going to help you. Now student comes to the last part of our today's video, that is fill in the blanks with suitable form of verb. This is very crucial part of your whatever you are learning in the tenses, that is going to be applied here. But here you need to remember one thing, that when you go inside your examination hall, so there is clearly written fill in the blanks with suitable form of verb. That means here there may be any kind of verb, but you need to put here a suitable one that makes a sentence completely meaningful. So you need to go through each and every aspect of sentence before filling it. So let us discuss some example, and I want to clear you the concept that how to fill this thing. So when we talk about first example, in first example you see there is written dad isn't here. So here the word dad isn't here is word itself saying that sentence is a present. That means we got the point that here in this sentence dad isn't here is written in present tense. So that means the next part will be again in present, maybe in present tense, maybe present continue, present perfect, but depends upon that. If half part is in present, that means the next half will be in present, not you can say it will be in past. If one part is in present tense and the other part can't be, you cannot say that other part will be past. So that means in one sentence there may be one sense, whether it is a present, whether it is a past, whether it be a future. So dad isn't here, so he has just gone out. He has just gone. So that means we are talking here about present tense. That is present is totally connected with the past. Isn't here? He has just gone out. So if we talk about the second example, she dash learn the lesson. She dash learn the lesson. So here he is announcing. She is announcing that she has learned the lesson. That means we are here. Here the rule second is applicable, where we announce or give information that I have done, I have written, I have played. Have you written the letter? So in the second rule, as we have discussed, when we give or announce something, so you can write like this. In the third example, which is we have already discussed, here the word I is a subject, and we have a cut. To cut is a V1. But now how we can write? We have already discussed it. We can write like this: I have cut my finger. Can you give me a bandage? Here the word I have cut my finger is a present perfect tense, and can you give me a bandage is in written again to announce the topic. Then if we talk about the fourth example, so we dash read several novels. So it means number of times you did something. We have studied in this rule the number of times. So we have read your several novels. That means it is again a present perfect tense. If we talk about the fifth example, it is the third time. There is a third time that I dash watch the movie. So again I have told you that when we talk about the third time, first time, second time, so these are the expression, and with these expression we always make the use of present perfect. So its answer should be like this: I have watched the movie. Now example 6, you dash break the glass again. So here again there is the information, giving the information, announcing something, that you have broken the glass again. When here the word you is a subject and broken, the third form of break, and it should be written like this: you have broken the glass again. And when we talk about the seventh example, that is Nisha dash is homework. So it means some action is recently completed, but it is connected with the past, and now it is in with the present. That something started in the something started in the past, but now it is just to complete. So you can write like this: Nisha is a subject, and finish, it is the first form, and we would like this: Nisha has finished his homework. So homework, is subject, and we have a complete sentence like Nisha has finished his homework. So here, we have discussed only present perfect tense, so it becomes very easy to fill all these. But remember one thing: when we will do all the types of tense, so it becomes little bit difficult, but not impossible. You can just go through the example, understand the concept, then recall whatever you have studied, then fill the blanks with a suitable word. What I'm saying? Suitable word. So with this, dear students, we have completed this beautiful topic, and we will now meet in the next video, that is present perfect continue. So don't mix that to understand the complete complete type of tense. With this, I would like to thanks to you all.